Hey everyone, today we're diving into a really cool story about an idea in the coffee world that almost everyone thought was, well, kind of crazy. An idea that got dismissed left and right before it went on to change an entire industry. So let's get into it.
And really, it all boils down to this one question. It's a question that challenges you, challenges all of us, to think about what it means to have real conviction. You know, that feeling of forging your own path, even when literally everyone is telling you you're headed in the wrong direction. This idea is going to be the thread that runs through this whole story.
So, what was this groundbreaking idea? It was this: taking 100% air-roasted Kona coffee, we're talking one of the most premium, celebrated coffees on the planet, and putting it into a single-serve pod. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds pretty normal today, right? But back then, oh man, the industry's reaction was a huge, unanimous nope.
And this right here really shows you the two sides of the coin. On one side, you have the doubters, the big established players. They looked at this and just saw a huge list of problems. Their thinking was, hey, single-serve pods, that's for cheap, mass-produced coffee, not for the good stuff. They were convinced the numbers would never, ever work. The cost of pure Kona was just too high, they said. The whole business model was basically impossible in their eyes. But then, you have the other side, the visionaries, and they saw something completely different. They weren't bogged down by the roadblocks, they were thinking about the feeling, the ritual. They had this gut instinct that people were craving just a little moment of luxury in their day-to-day grind, a simple way to bring that incredible, volcanic richness of Kona coffee into their morning routine. And they decided to trust that feeling, that vision, way more than what the so-called experts in the market were telling them.
So picture this: the entire industry basically turns its back on them. They're at a crossroads. Do they just give up, or do they go for it, completely alone? What happened next is, well, it's a masterclass in what it means to have conviction, when you have absolutely no one to fall back on but yourself.
I mean, look at this. This really sums it up perfectly, doesn't it? The path ahead of them was just empty. There were no competitors to chase, no hot industry trends to prove they were on the right track. It was just them and their idea. It really drives home the kind of isolation and, honestly, the sheer guts it took to keep moving forward.
And this is so important to get. Their whole journey wasn't powered by spreadsheets or market analysis. In fact, all the data was screaming, stop! No! What fueled them was pure conviction. Just this deep, unshakable belief that kept them going, even when they were literally the only ones walking that path. Okay, so let's hit the fast-forward button and jump to today. Because that lonely path they were on, well, let's just say it didn't stay empty for very long. And this is the point where the story really shifts from being about just a product to being about a legacy. I mean, this timeline really tells the whole story, doesn't it? What used to be a totally empty path is now a super crowded landscape. That single-serve market for high-end coffee, it's not just a thing, it's booming. They didn't just guess a trend was coming, they literally created it. And this quote, this is really the beating heart of their brand. Think about it, in a market that's now packed with competitors, what makes them different? It's their story. That's their secret weapon. And it's not just some clever marketing slogan, it's a fact. It's their claim to authenticity that no one else can touch.
And that right there, that's the fundamental difference between being a pioneer and just being a follower. You see, while everyone else was busy jumping on the bandwagon that they built, all this company had to do was stay true to the original vision that got them started. Simple as that.
But this whole thing became about so much more than just a convenient cup of coffee. The product itself kind of became a container for their entire story. Every single cup you drink holds a little piece of that journey. So when you think about that daily ritual, what's really in that cup? Well, it's a little bit of foresight, that ability to see something when no one else could. It's a taste of resilience, forging ahead on that lonely road. It's a symbol of true authenticity in a market full of copycats. And it's a tribute, really. A tribute to a special place, the volcanic soils of Kona, and to a possibility that everyone else just wrote off. And just like that, a simple thing like your morning coffee is totally transformed. It's not just a caffeine fix anymore. It becomes this daily reminder of what it looks like to stick to a vision, to believe in something so strongly that you see it through no matter what anyone else says. And really, that's the big takeaway here. The whole story, all the doubt, the grit, the conviction, the eventual success, it's all right there. It's a pioneering journey captured in every single cup.
So, I want to leave you with a thought. We all have our little daily rituals, right? The things we do without even thinking. What stories do your rituals tell? Is there a belief, a conviction, hiding in the simple things that you do every single day? It's something to think about.